Everyone to today's stretch break. My name is Jazzy, health fitness specialist here with Exosat Autodesk. And let's go ahead and get started with our stretch break today. So we are going to be starting off on the ground and we are going to be laying on our back. So find some space and make your way down to the ground on your back. So the first stretch we're going to start off with today is we're going to stretch out the back side of our hip. So we're going to do a nice piriformis stretch. So I'm going to start with my right leg and I'm going to cross it over my left knee right at the ankle. And if that is a good stretch for you, if you feel that, go ahead and stay there. But if you need a little bit more of a stretch, go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your knee. And if you need a little bit more, you can grab onto that shin. So you want to make sure, we want to feel the tension here in the back side of our hip in that glute area. And we want to pull the opposite leg towards you. So you want to aim to get your knee going towards your chest or your armpit, whichever is a better visual for you, but really pulling that, right now I'm pulling on my left leg, pulling that into my chest. If you're feeling some tightness, really just breathe nice and deep, really feeling that stretch in our hip. Nice, big, deep breaths into the belly, really feeling our hips expand here. And we're going to do one more big inhale. And a slow exhale. And we're going to set that foot on the ground, our left foot, and then set our right foot down. And we're going to move on to the other side. So now I'm going to take my left leg. I'm going to cross that. My ankle's going to be right above my knee. And if that's a good stretch for you, go ahead and stay there. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, go ahead and interlace your fingers and grab behind the knee. And if you need a little bit more than that, go ahead and interlace your fingers and grab onto that shin. So really pulling that leg towards your chest. You might notice right now that one side is tighter than the other, and that is completely normal. Our bodies are usually not the same on each side, especially if you have a dominant side or a weaker side or non-dominant side. Sometimes that tends to happen. So really breathing into the stretch here. And we're going to do one more big inhale. And a slow, long exhale. Go ahead and place that right foot on the ground and the left foot to follow. Awesome. Great job, everyone. So now we are going to move onto our side here. And when we're laying on our side, we want our knees to be facing directly out. I'm going to move my computer down so you guys can see me. So we want the knees to be straight out in front of us. And we want a 90-degree angle in the knees and in the hips. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our top leg is going to be out in front and our bottom leg is going to be nice and straight out that way. And we're going to do the bretzel stretch. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our top arm and we're going to grab onto the ankle or the foot of the bottom leg. So if that's not available to you, you can grab a towel or a t-shirt and wrap that around your ankle to help you grab onto that. And we're going to take our bottom hand, place it onto our knee of the top leg, and we're going to twist open. We want to aim to get both of our shoulders to be touching the ground while holding on to our back leg with our top hand and the top leg with the bottom hand. So really feeling the stretch here. We're opening up the chest, opening up the back. And we should feel a little bit of a stretch in the hip and the quad, like the front of our legs, on that bottom leg. Should also help open up that low back. So this is a great stretch if you've been sitting throughout the day. Helps with the hips, opens up the chest. And we want to aim for some nice big deep belly breaths. It might be a little bit hard to inhale in this position, so do your best. We really want to make sure we are breathing it through this stretch. Nice, long, slow exhales. And we're going to do one more big inhale. And a nice, long, slow exhale. And then we will gently release and let go of that bottom leg. And come out of the stretch, and we're going to flip onto the other side. So move around this way. So we're going to do the same thing, but now our arms and legs are switched. So we now are going to have our top leg, it's going to be the other leg. You're going to place your bottom hand on that knee, grab the foot or ankle of your bottom leg. So right now my right leg is on the bottom, and then we are going to open up. So again, aiming to get your top shoulder on the ground as well as your bottom shoulder. So we want the upper back on the ground, twisting through the torso. And we want to make sure that this front, the bottom hand is keeping the top leg on the ground. So we want that knee to be on the ground the whole time. And just as with the other stretch we just did, you might feel it a little bit more on one side versus the other. Might notice that something is a little bit tighter on one side versus the other. We're really focusing on breathing into that stretch. And aiming for nice, long, slow exhales. Breathing into the belly. And we're going to do one more inhale. And one more exhale. And go ahead and gently let go of that bottom leg. And we are going to make our way onto our hands and our knees. You can take your time for this. Don't want to go too quickly. And from here, we're going to take our knees slightly wider than our hips. This is going to help us open up our hips a little bit more. And we're going to sink back into a nice child's pose here. So really going as wide as you can with your knees. Walking those hands as far forward as you can. Forehead, chin, or cheek to the mat or the floor, whatever you're using today. And we're going to get nice, long inhales into the belly here. And a nice, slow exhale. With each exhale, really feeling those hips open up a little bit more. Relax a little bit more with each exhale, really feeling your body sink into the carpet here. Or the mat, whatever you were using today. And let's go ahead and do one more big deep inhale. And one long slow exhale. And after that long slow exhale, go ahead and slowly make your way up to standing. When you stand up, we want to go nice and slow, really feel that stretch in the hamstrings once you get to your feet. Kind of do a forward fold here. And slowly let your back roll up. And head, neck, and shoulders will be the last thing to come up. And that will conclude today's stretch break. Thank you all so much for coming. I love to see as many people as we can in here, and I hope you all feel nice and relaxed going into the rest of your work day. Don't forget that tomorrow we do have a boot camp with Luis at 12, and we have a stretch break with Brittany at 3 p.m. And then we do have 2 more stretch breaks on Thursday, one at 11 and one at 2:30. So we have lots of stretch breaks coming for you this week, and we hope to see all of you there. Thank you all again for coming.